Why do I like these people?
I don't know. That's what we say about you.
Oh. I remember when I had self-esteem. Welcome to My Hill to Die On, episode 59.
Everyone has things they are passionate about.
Things we want our friends to try and experience.
So we've convinced each other to try different things.
And we talk about these experiences to see if we can get just one more person
to join us on our hill to die on.
This week, we decided that we should play another game because it's been a long time since we've played a game. And so, to do that, we invited a couple of our, I guess we'll call them friends.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Friends and enemies.
Frenemies. Based on the way that they've treated me so far tonight, I feel like that's an appropriate definition. We've invited those people to play this game with us. So, as always, I should probably introduce my co-host, Nate Rudd.
I'm ready to be defined. Yep.
I look forward to actually figuring out how to define that. In addition, we have with us this evening Keith Kelleth.
Hello. Well, I'm glad to be back.
Hey, I'm glad to have you back. Also, we have Nash Bridges.
Hi, it's great to be back too.
I'm glad to have you back as well. And Shy Carroll, this is your first time on the show.
Yes, it is.
Glad to have you here.
She's going to become a fan favorite, though.
Oh,
Immediately. Yeah, right.
I'm just looking forward to the day where they say, you know, we like this show except for the fact that Ryan's on it. Can we just get Shy to replace him?
Yeah, get ready for that show to tank. Nobody wants to hear it.
Lastly, but of course not least, we have with us Scott Panzani.
Hello. I think I'm on the wrong podcast, but let's go ahead.
This is the Fans of Wordle podcast. Did you join the right one?
Oh, then I am on the right one. Okay.
Oh, this isn't Ryan's Roast? So
Ryan's
I'm
Roast?
on the wrong one.
I love that.
The game that we're going to play is a game that is legally distinct, but similar to other games that you might have heard of. But we are definitely not that game, and we are definitely different from that game. Essentially, how we are going to play this is I am going to give a word, and after I've given a word, all of my lovely contestants will give me a definition. I will then throw the real definition in and read them aloud for our contestants. They will then pick which definition they think is correct, and if they have chosen the correct definition, they will earn 2 points. And if they fool other people into picking their definition, they will earn an additional 1 point for each person they fool. Lastly, if they submit to me the correct answer, they will earn 3 points straight out the board, and I will be sad.
I'm sorry, I laugh at your sadness. Forgive me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I was farting in your
Yikes.
general direction earlier, so that's good.
Can we choose our own so we at least get a point?
You will not get a point for choosing your own. You can do it, but not get a point for it if you feel like that will help you trick others into voting for it. But you also will lose out on the possibility of the 2 points of getting the right one.
Correct. Understood.
Did we talk about if nobody guesses the right answer?
Oh, yeah, I didn't talk about that because I assume everybody's going to get the right answers.
Oh, please.
If nobody guesses the right answer, I'm going to give myself some points.
Oh, my goodness.
For choosing the words.
I will give myself 5 points if nobody gets the correct answer.
What?
It doesn't happen that often, so.
I have no other way of getting points.
What a rip.
He's rigged the game, Shy, that's all.
Ah, that's why.
As a strategy, we might not all want to pick the same thing. Again, pick what you think is most right, but
Just so Ryan doesn't get the point.
if we all
yeah.
pile on one or two things, then
There's a better chance of Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, so just so you know.
And we all want Ryan to lose.
No matter who wins, yeah.
Right, it's a team effort.
Let's get started with the first word, and that word is Spanghew. Spanghew. So it is spelled S-P-A-N-G-H-E-W. Spanghew. And now here's the part of the podcast where it gets really quiet, and I have to vamp for like 12 minutes.
Google says it's... No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, the dictionary.
I would never, ever cheat, I promise.
I could spell.
No making fun of my spelling. Because you're so judgmental.
Me?
That sentence is just full of wonderfulness, isn't it? You are so judgmental. I cannot believe how judgmental you are.
Judgmental much?
Did I send the message to the right person, or did I just...
You definitely did. You sent it to the right person.
I got the message too.
Oh,
She is lying.
I'm joking, Keith. What is that?
I believe that sounded like a zipper.
The body bag or?
I haven't heard Nate in a while.
there's been a death in the
Nate's
game.
over there. Let me pack this body
This
up.
has suddenly become a game of
I'm
Clue.
really glad that I brewed a pot of coffee before this. So I have all of the definitions, and I would like to say, first and foremost, nobody got the right definition.
Oh man, I thought it was going to be close.
So let's talk about these definitions now. Spanghew, a material woven from the fibers of the spangola tree, a plant found only on the banks of the Amazon River. Or is spanghew the measured gap between fence posts? The residue left accidentally after scalding milk.
I assume you mean scalding. Otherwise, I picture you yelling at a thing of milk. And there being
Yes,
some residue
scalding
left
milk.
on the
Sorry,
thing.
I misread that. Spanghew, the sound a bungee cord makes when it reaches the length limit and contracts. Or spanghew, the sound of wood being cut or whittled. Or spanghew, to throw violently into the air. Those are your choices. And choices they are. So, let's start with Keith. Which of those definitions would you like to pick?
I'm going to go with the gap between fence posts.
Gap between fence posts.
That's what I was gonna say.
You can still say that.
Nate, what would you like as your definition?
I'm going to go with the residue of milk.
The residue of milk.
After you yell at it, yeah.
Yeah, after it's been yelled at, yes, correct.
You mean milk?
Properly yelled at.
All
Nate
right.
quarrels with his milk.
Oh my.
I think I'm probably wrong.
Don't you know a lot of people are intolerant of you?
How could you?
Why do you do this to me, milk? Shy, what would you like?
I was actually gonna say the gap between fence posts.
You can
actually,
still pick it.
Yes, I would like to pick that.
Joining Keith between the gaps in fence posts?
Yeah.
All right. Scott.
Yeah, I'll take the fence post gap as well.
All right. Scott's also joining the fence post gap. And Nash.
What was the sound ones again?
The sound ones, there were the sound a bungee cord makes when it reaches its length limit and contracts, and the sound of wood being cut or whittled.
I think I'll go with the first one.
All right.
Being the bungee cord, not the Amazon one.
Bungee cord, yeah.
All right. Let's start with the bunch first. So, spanghew, the measured gap between fence posts. Keith, Shy, and Scott all said that. And Nate thanks you for that.
Yes, I thank you for that.
3 points for Nate.
We have Nate, who said that he wanted the residue left after scalding milk. And I'm sure that Shy is very grateful for her scalded milk.
So the question is, did she actually spell it wrong in the text, or did you read it wrong?
I did spell it wrong.
She did write scalding milk.
I put scalding milk because Nate said, or who said, bonus points if you send it in. And so I didn't look at it. I just was like, send.
No, there's no bonus points.
And so that leaves Nash, who said it was the sound a bungee cord makes when it reaches its length limit and contracts. And that was Scott's.
What?
We didn't get it.
So what does that tell you?
Ryan
Dang
gets
it.
5 points because this
No.
scoring system is messed up.
Was it the first one?
It better not be the super obvious one. I'm going to be upset.
It was to throw violently into the air.
What?
Oh.
Okay.
Specifically, I found this definition relating to people who fling frogs into the air from the end of a stick.
What?
Yes, when you put a frog on the end of a stick and fling it violently into the air. Technically, that is to spang you.
Oh man, I'm so gonna get a frog. Just so I can say that.
That's so you can throw it at Ryan, right?
Yes.
Spank you. Seriously?
Spang you. First round done. Everybody feeling good about that? I'm feeling pretty great about that.
No.
Sure you are, because you rigged the game.
I'm feeling pretty good about the round, actually.
Okay, next word.
You should be in the lead, Nate, but Ryan's ahead of you by 2 points.
That's true. That's true.
I call shenanigans.
Yeah, really.
Well, until Nate reminded me of the possibility of the Game Master earning points, I completely forgot about that part.
Thanks a lot, Nate.
Yeah, but we would have come to this point and then discussed it then anyway.
Yeah, really.
So let's move on to another word. How about Yuki? Yuki?
Oh gosh.
Is this a English-only game?
This is English only. It is Y-E-U-K-Y. Yuki.
I'm pretty sure I've used this word in a sentence.
Oh.
Oh no, wait. Let me redact that and just in case it means something weird.
You are making this incredibly hard for me because I need to say these without breaking up into a laughter.
That's okay, break up, because then we'll know it's Scott's.
Yes. You reveal yourself, Scott. So if we all start laughing, we're like, let's not pick that one.
We now have all of our definitions. So here we go. Yuki, a term used to describe a Norwegian living in a rural area. Or is Yuki a term used to describe itchiness? Or is Yuki the sound a ewe makes when she's thrown violently
From the end of the stick.
I can't do this.
Is it the sound a ewe makes when she's thrown violently into the air from the end of a stick? Or is Yuki the vocal cords of a South African rodent? Or is Yuki the feeling of grogginess when waking from a fitful sleep? Or is Yuki a stringed instrument? All right.
Which could it be?
Nash, why don't you go first?
All right.
My head.
I'm thinking the vocal cord.
Vocal cord. You are thinking the vocal cords. All right. Scott?
I'm going to go with the rural Norwegian.
The rural Norwegian. All right. Shy.
I'm actually going to go with the vocal cords also.
The vocal cords as well?
Yeah.
All right. Nate.
I don't know what to pick.
Violently thrown.
No. I'm not going to pick that one.
You can pick the one that deserves your respect.
Gosh.
Because I can tell you one that I feel like deserves my respect.
Which one?
I'm going to go with Norwegian rural. The rural juror also.
Well, what have you been drinking?
Roll.
So he's joining Scott with rural Norwegians.
Yes, the rural Norwegian.
And Keith.
What was the terms? You said a term for a rural Norwegian and a term for what?
Itchiness.
What are the other ones that haven't been chosen?
The sound a ewe makes when she's thrown violently in the air.
I'm saying that one. We're all losing it over here.
Can you please take this game seriously, sir? All of these answers deserve respect.
So the four that haven't been picked.
Yes, one of those is mine.
Are itchiness, stringed instrument, grogginess from waking from sleep, and the sound a ewe makes.
The one you can't finish.
Yeah.
So I have a 50-50 shot of the ones that aren't chosen if it's one of those.
Could you repeat those again?
He actually can't finish the one.
Oh boy.
Just because I don't actually know the answer, can you tell me one more time?
All right. Stringed instrument, waking from a fitful sleep, itchiness, and the U one.
The U one, huh? That's what you're calling it now? I'm going to flip a coin. Itchiness, then. I had a 50-50 there.
Let's start with Nash and Shy,
That's not a good sign.
who both said that they were the vocal cords of a South African rodent. And Shy, you know that's not the right one.
I was hoping someone would go along with that.
Someone did, didn't they?
I already
They
went
did
with it
that
before
day.
you.
Oh, she already went with
But
it.
I was trying,
You're trying to get more people on
convince
board.
others.
So Shy, you will get a point.
Yes.
Then Scott and Nate, you were together with Norwegian living in rural areas. Nash, how do you feel about that?
I feel good about this.
Oh, no.
But then I kept thinking of Norwegians being thrown violently.
It's a sport in Norway.
This episode's going to be banned in Norway.
Yeah. We're all offensive.
So Keith,
Yeah.
that leaves you with
Come on, Keith.
the itchy feeling.
Yeah, 50-50 shot.
And you are absolutely correct.
Yes,
It's
I
itchiness.
stole it from Ryan.
Oh, man.
Yes, Ryan doesn't get it.
Good job, Keith.
So yes, Keith, you get some points.
Nice.
Yuki!
Let's mix things up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
No.
So while I was trying to think up some fun rounds for this game, I was scrolling through some movies on the Apple movie store, and I came across some interesting ones.
Here we go.
And so I'm going to read for you the summary of one of those movies. And I'd like you to give me the title of the movie, a title that fits this movie. Now, this isn't just any movie. Because we are approaching summer, I felt it was only appropriate that I looked up Hallmark Christmas movies.
All right.
Great. I know all of these, bro. Bring it on.
So the summary of this movie is: two squabbling TV hosts are sent to a festive small town over Christmas, and while pretending to get along for appearances, they discover there's more to each other than they thought.
Can you say it one more time?
Of course. Two squabbling TV hosts are sent to a festive small town over Christmas, and while pretending to get along with each other for appearances, they discover there's more to each other than they thought. So give me what you think would be a good title for this Hallmark Christmas movie.
I know what you did last summer. Oh, I'm supposed to write it out.
I'm just going to mic drop and walk out of the room at this point. Yeah, got it.
Well, I've now got all of them in, so... Two squabbling TV hosts are sent to a festive town over Christmas, and while pretending to get along for appearances, they discover there's more to each other than they thought. This Hallmark Christmas movie, is it called Good Morning Christmas? Hosts for the Holiday? iHeartRadio? Live in 3, 2, 1? Show of the Heart? Or the host with the most? All right, let's start with Keith this time.
Go through the list one more time, please.
Good Morning Christmas, Hosts for the Holiday, iHeartRadio, Live in 3, 2, 1, Show of the Heart, or the host with the most?
I think it's the first one.
Good Morning Christmas?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Nash.
I also think it's the first one.
Okay, Scott.
I'm going to go with the fifth one.
Show of the Heart? All right. And Nate.
I'm going to say live in 3, 2, 1.
Live in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and Shy?
Live in 3, 2, 1.
Live in 3, 2, 1. So, Nate and Shy, you said live in 3, 2, 1. Let's start there. And, Scott thanks you in 3, 2, 1.
Gosh.
Keith and Nash, you both said that it was Good Morning Christmas. And that is absolutely correct.
All right.
Yes.
They're always very cheesy.
That's why I thought it was live in 3, 2, 1. Scott.
I can do cheese.
So let's talk about Scott. You did pick Show of the Heart. Apparently talking about cheese. Let's give that point to Nate.
Oh, we swapped titles.
Mm-hmm.
He picked mine and I picked his.
Yeah.
Sharing the love.
I knew that would happen.
Let's review scores right now because I feel like let's talk about those scores.
Uh-huh. Because you're in the lead.
Currently in first place is your humble host.
Yes.
But there is a 3-way tie for second place with Nate, Keith, and Nash all with 4 points. Scott, you're right behind them with 3 points. And Shy, you have 2 points. It is still very much anybody's game.
Says the person who's in the lead.
Especially yours.
We had fun with that, but let's go back to a definition. How about a penny waiter?
What?
What's a penny waiter? PENNYWEIGHTER. Penny waiter. Everybody okay?
Yes.
No murders?
I don't know. You better check with Nate because he was zipping up a body bag earlier. So
Well, I mean, he hasn't been arrested yet, so let's keep playing the game. Are you throwing U's?
don't mind me. Just throwing some frogs around. I'm gonna go buy a frog just to do.
Spank you.
I will
Spank
spank you.
The frogs are a little Yuki after the spank you.
All right, I have all of the definitions now. Penny waiter. Is a penny waiter someone in the early 1900s who polished jewelry for a penny? Or is penny waiter archaic, a minter of copper coins in Victorian England? Or is penny waiter a thief who steals jewelry by substituting a fake? Or is penny waiter the boom arm which holds the weights in a scientific balance? Or is penny waiter a daydream? Or is penny waiter a newspaper or pamphlet? Nash, let's start with you today.
Could you repeat them just once more?
All right. Someone in the early 1900s who polished jewelry for a penny. Archaic, a minter of copper coins in Victorian England. A thief who steals jewelry by substituting a fake. The boom arm which holds the weights in a scientific balance. A daydream, or a newspaper or pamphlet.
I'm going to go with the last one.
A newspaper or pamphlet. All right. Come on, spreadsheet. There we go. Good spreadsheet. Scott.
I'm going with the same one.
All right. Scott is joining with newspapers. All right. Nate.
I'm going to go with the thief who substitutes things.
All right. Nate is going with the thief. Shy.
I was also going to say the newspaper.
So are you still going to say the newspaper?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, it sounded like you were trying to decide whether or not you were changing.
I thought about it.
All right. And Keith.
What was the third and fourth ones again?
Third and fourth ones. So a thief who steals jewelry by substituting a fake, and the boom arm which holds the weights in a scientific balance.
I'll go with that, the scientific balance one.
All right. So let's start with the group. Nash, Scott, and Shy, you said it was a newspaper or pamphlet. And the writer of that newspaper or pamphlet is Keith.
Oh, Keith.
That is a very tempting one. Super tempting.
It just sounded right.
It did. It did.
From the get-go, I was like,
That was
that's
very
totally it.
Then we have Keith, who said it was a boom arm which holds the weights in a scientific balance. And Nate created that boom arm which was held in a scientific balance.
Nate, I hope you got Ryan's.
Me too.
Otherwise, he's got 10 points.
Now, Nate, you said that it was a thief who steals by replacing it with a fake. And that's right.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
So you indeed kept me from earning 5 more points.
Yes, I was considering going with that, but went with the other one just for the chance to hit Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why, because 2 people are on newspaper already, and they might have gotten 2 points each, but I went with thief substitute, which was my second guess.
Nice job. Nice job.
So I'd like to say officially now that I am no longer in the lead.
Yes.
For now.
Both Nate and Keith have pulled away with 7 points from that round now.
Oh.
Because Keith got 3 points from the 3 people who piled onto his newspaper, and Nate got 1 from Keith and 2 from picking the right answer.
Someone's going to start distributing pamphlets and calling them, "Get your pennyweigher." Just
pennyweighters.
Get your pennyweighters. Pennyweighters.
Only a penny.
Headline, Yuki.
The Spang Hue epidemic.
Spank you Olympics.
Headline, your politicians are spang-hewing all over the place.
With Norwegian rules.
Speaking of that, let me tell you all about Dungavenhooter.
What?
Dungavenhooter.
Please do.
DUNGAVENHOOTER. Dungavenhooter.
Gavin. Hooter.
Yep, Dungavenhooter.
Can you use it in a sentence?
This is a word?
It is a word.
Is it a noun?
It is a noun. I'll give you that. It is a noun. So you want me to use it in a sentence? Look at that Dungavenhooter over there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Thank you.
I will say I'm not sure how it's actually pronounced, so I might be completely off on my pronunciation of this word. But it is a word.
Yeah, when I use it, I say Dungavenhooter, but...
yeah.
That's an SAT word.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. I better not write that.
No, please do. Please do. Whatever it is, I want to see it.
Oh, man. Okay.
And I will do my best not to start laughing in the middle of your definition.
It's too late for me.
I have all the definitions, so here we go. Is Dungavenhooter the exclamation one makes when successfully violently throwing an owl into the air from the end of a stick?
Is that yours, Shy?
No. Or no.
Dungavenhooter!
Or is Dungavenhooter an individual who struts around with no fashion sense? Or is Dungavenhooter a pavilion made of fabric or hides? Or is Dungavenhooter the winner of the game of soda bottle caps successfully tossed into the trash can? Or is Dungavenhooter Irish slang for flatulence? Or is Dungavenhooter a mouthless crocodile-like monster that pulverizes targets into powder?
Huh.
One of those is actually real.
Oh my.
These are so ridiculous.
Can we hear them again?
Yes, of course. Dungavenhooter, is it the exclamation one makes when successfully violently throwing an owl into the air from the end of a stick? Is it an individual who struts around with no fashion sense? A pavilion made of fabric or hides? The winner of the game of soda bottle caps successfully tossed into the trash can? Irish slang for flatulence? Or a mouthless crocodile-like monster that pulverizes targets into powder? Scott, let's start with you.
I'm going to go with the Irish flatulence.
All right, Scott's with the Irish flatulence. Nate.
I'm going to say it's the individual with no fashion sense.
Okay. Nate is with no fashion sense.
Yeah, generally, yes.
Shy.
What was the pavilion one?
A pavilion made of fabric or hides. You want that one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Keith?
I'm going to go with the person with no fashion sense.
Keith is joining Nate with no fashion sense.
Yeah.
And Nash.
What was the full one for the winner of the...
The winner of the game of soda bottle caps successfully tossed into the trash can.
I was thinking the other one.
I was thinking the other one too.
The exclamation one makes when successfully violently throwing a owl into the air from the end of a stick.
I mean, I enjoy hearing it.
Can I tell you again about the exclamation one makes when successfully violently throwing an owl into the air from the end of a stick?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So you know there's an exclamation that you make when you successfully throw, not just successfully throw, but successfully and violently throw an owl from the end of a stick.
Not to be confused with spank,
Pardon?
which has to be a frog and not an owl.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I'm between 3.
All right, what 3 are you between?
Fabric, Irish slang, and just because of the randomness of it, the soda.
All right.
Pavilion of fabric.
Okay. So we had the fashion sense, the pavilion of fabric, and the flatulence. So let's start with flatulence. Get it out of the way. So, Scott, you thought Irish flatulence was Dungavin Hooter. That flatulence came from Shy.
Hey!
Hey!
Shy.
You leave me and my flatulence alone.
Wasn't the owl?
Shy, you and Nash both thought that Dungavin Hooter was a pavilion made of fabrics and hides.
Yes.
That was Keith's.
No, Keith, come on,
Please
dude.
tell me it wasn't the soda.
The next two were Nate and Keith, who both thought that it was an individual with no fashion sense. But that's Nash's no fashion sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That means he gets points.
Instead, I'd like to say that a Dungavin Hooter is actually a mouthless crocodile-like monster that pulverizes its targets into powder.
Oh.
What?
Yep.
What does that look like?
Well, it is a North American cryptid.
Oh, the Dungovin Hooter.
What?
One more time?
No, I'm just teasing. I don't know.
I'm having some Dungavin Hooter over here.
The flatulence?
I think that's a bunch of Dungavin Hooter.
Got the dung part right.
Similar to the Jersey Devil and Bigfoot and all those, there is another one called the Dungavin Hooter, which is a fearsome critter from the tales of lumberjacks from the North Americas. In early 20th century, it lived in Maine and Upper Peninsula, Michigan. It was described as a deadly alligator-like creature with no mouth, but its nostrils were abnormally large. It would pound its prey into powder and then snort it.
What? The world?
The battle of the century is the Dungovin Hooter versus Bigfoot.
So yeah, that was what a Dungavin Hooter is.
Oh boy.
Seriously.
No, I liked my soda one. Nobody liked my soda one.
Yeah, I liked your soda one too.
The
Close.
soda one.
I was just trying my best not to screw it up when reading it out loud. But I do like the continuous callbacks to throwing things off of sticks.
It's the only way.
So, on that note, let's have another different round for a
Here
moment.
we go.
Is it the crazy round?
Aren't all my rounds crazy?
Yes.
It's not the Dunhavengooter.
No, that was not a crazy round. The Dungavin Hooter is not a crazy round. That was just a normal definition.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was trying to decide how to create these rounds, I was, searching for a lot of things, which led me to Googling a lot of things. And Google has this weird thing where it likes to autocomplete sentences.
Oh.
So I decided that I was going to go to a completely fresh browser, clear out all of the cookies, and start typing something into Google. So I would get whatever Google defaults to for its autofill. Let me just say, first and foremost, This activity made me despair over the nature of humanity.
Oh boy.
Because, oh my gosh, the things that came up.
Just this activity made you do that?
Well, among other ones. Because there were some really interesting ones. But I think the one that I really want to do is, why did we start? Why did we start? How do you think Google thought that sentence should end? Why did we start?
Why did we start violently throwing
frogs off the end of sticks?
I will never be able to unhear that ever again.
Why did we start spank hewing?
Also help me, I will spank you.
Why did we start playing this game?
So why did we start? Why did we start playing this game, really?
Yeah.
But do you think that Google finished my sentence with, why did we start daylight savings time? Or, why did we start carrying smartphones with us all the time? Or, why did we start using Google as a verb? Or, why did we start wearing Crocs? Or, why did we start getting married? Or, why did we start violently throwing living things off the end of sticks?
Somebody put that in.
No, someone did not.
So, Nate, which of those wonderful answers do you think is real?
Oh, I have to pick first. I'm going to say daylight savings.
You're going to say daylight savings. All right. Nate says daylight savings. All right. Shy?
I'm going to go with violently No, I'm joking. I'm going to go with wearing Crocs.
Wearing Crocs. Okay. Keith?
I know I'm like sticking with Nate and it's not the best strategy all the time, but I'm going to say daylight savings as well.
Oh, ouch.
No, I mean, strategically speaking, to just keep me tied with him. If
But you're beating me now.
Oh, that's true. So I guess it is good.
Mm-hmm.
Although if we both miss it, then Ryan gets his. I think Ryan's in the lead right now again.
Mm-hmm,
We'll talk about scores after this. Don't worry about that. So Nash.
Google as a verb.
Google as a verb. And Scott.
I'm going to go with daylight savings time, Alex.
Daylight savings. All right. So, Nash, you said using Google as a verb.
I did.
Yeah. And that was Shy's.
Ah.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
That being said, Shy, you said wearing Crocs.
Anyway.
And that was Nash's.
Thank you. Come again.
So you just traded points there.
Yes. Blast.
All right. So Nate, Keith, and Scott. You said daylight savings time. Why did we start daylight savings time? And I'm going to grumble because that's correct. That is the absolute correct answer.
That's what I wanted to go. You guys were all grouping around it, though.
I know, and that has not worked out well for me.
This is the first round in which everybody, except for me, got points.
Yeah.
All right.
Finally.
Now, I am not in first again.
Yes. My life's goal.
In first place is Keith. In second place is, once again, your humble host.
Ugh.
In third place, there is Nate. Then Nash is following him, followed by Scott. And then Shy is here.
How dare you?
Again, I thought I'd have another interesting weird round. This is actually my last really weird round.
Oh, the lies we tell.
This is all about those fun acronyms that we always have. And you know how many acronyms we have in our lives. Just so many. I mean, we as teachers are drowning in acronyms. But I thought we should go with a more fun acronym. As we all know, in the Marvel Universe, there is a villain known as MODOK, or MODOK, the mental organism designed only for killing. Well, we've seen that there is the multiverse in Marvel movies, in Marvel comic books as well. In one of these universes, in the comic books, there is a being known as, MODORD. What does his acronym stand for?
MOD. Wait.
DORD. MODORD. And just to help you, the original one, MODOK, is the mental organism designed only for killing.
If you saw Phineas and Ferb Marvel, MODOK was on there too, and Doofenshmirtz was in his version of it too.
But not this other acronym.
No, not Modor. Not Modord.
I actually didn't see that episode yet. I think I should watch it.
It's one of the 1 hour ones. Doofenshmirtz manages to steal all the superheroes' powers.
Oh, I did watch that episode.
He gets Iron Man's powers, he gets all that stuff, and so all of the villains think that he must be the greatest supervillain of all.
There is one person in here who might actually know this, which is why I was a little afraid of choosing this round, but I was afraid. It was too much fun. I couldn't not choose it, though.
It's rigged.
If I wanted it rigged, I would have put myself in the lead.
You mean like you were a few minutes ago, or?
How's everybody's brain doing? Officially fried? Meh. Spank you! All right, we have all of our answers, and as I was afraid, I could not do this round because there was a part of me that really wanted to hope that nobody knew it. But I was right. Somebody knew it. So Keith, congratulations. You don't get to choose this round.
Okay.
But he automatically gets 3 points. For the rest of you, I will read aloud the possible answers, and then you will get to choose from them. So, MODORD. Is it mechanically operated diode for orchestrating retaliation devices? Is it mental organism designed only for recognizing draperies? Is it mental organism designed only for roller derby? Is it mental organism designed only for recreation and dance? Or is it must orderly destroy or restore doomsday? So, last round I had Nate go first. So, Shy, you get to go first.
I'll pick the last one.
The must orderly destroy or restore doomsday.
Yes.
Alrighty. Keith? Oh, wait, Keith, you're fine. Nash. Sorry, I'm looking at my list.
No, Keith can go first.
No. Nash, what would you like to choose?
What was the first one?
Mechanically operated diode for orchestrating retaliation devices.
Okay, I'll go with that one.
All right. Scott?
I'll go with that one too.
All right. And Nate?
Can I hear the 3 unpicked ones again?
The 3 unpicked ones are the mental organism designed only for recognizing draperies, the mental organism designed only for roller derby, or the mental organism designed only for recreation and dance.
Dance.
No, I'm going to go with drapery.
Drapery. All right. So let's start with draperies. Scott, how do you feel about draperies?
I don't recognize them. That's why I need one of those things.
That is Scott's answer.
Oh my goodness.
Mechanically operated diode for orchestrating retaliation devices. Both Nash and Scott chose that one, and that was Shy's answer.
Yes. I just threw a whole bunch of words together that I didn't know. What's a diode? I've heard it, but I forgot. Well, thank you.
So, Shy, you also said that it must orderly destroy or restore doomsday. And that was Nash's answer, because you two love to choose each other's answers.
Was it the dance one?
It's roller derby. No, it's roller derby.
It better not be dance.
It's roller derby.
The dance one is mine.
It's roller derby?
Yeah. Instead of a vicious killing machine, he's a roller derby expert. And the Grandmaster, you might remember from Thor Ragnarok, the Grandmaster had him in an entertainment roller derby match.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. The Grandmaster's a little weird, but it was an alternate Earth.
Well, the Grandmaster, yes. Odd fellow.
Patton Oswalt is voicing MODOK in cartoon. I'm actually excited for that.
Ryan doesn't get points because Keith got it right.
Yeah, I do not get points because Keith got it. Keith knew it, so I do not get any points.
He's still in first, though, isn't he?
He is at 14 points right now.
Man, I should have gone with roller derby because it was either that or the drapery.
Yeah. Yep. And that
So
was
it gets
close.
a little crazy when they get into the multiverse.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have 2 more rounds, and then we'll call it a night.
Aww.
I'm not sure you should give me that one. That was like, unfair outside knowledge.
Anybody could have known that. I mean, it's not that.
Yeah, and anybody could technically know what Spanghew is.
Right.
These are all real words and definitions. I will say that the last 2 words are actually, in my opinion, the easiest 2 words. So there is a possibility that somebody knows these words.
Didn't you say that about Spanghew?
No, I did not say that about Spanghew. No one says that about Spanghew.
And lives.
So people who know it.
So, how about funambulism?
Oh my gosh, I have heard that. I've heard that word.
Funambulism. 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 Like I said, the last 2 words are actually words that I have heard in real life.
Yeah, but that's your real life. Nobody's heard this word.
I have real life.
Outside of Scott, who goes, I know this word. You should try to put that in a song, Scott.
You have to rhyme it. What rhymes with funambulism?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Aneurysm? It's a near rhyme. It's a near rhyme. Hey, Siri, what's... No, I'm joking. Oh, never mind. Never mind, Siri.
It comes up anyway.
There's nothing to cancel.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you, Google. Alexa, whatever.
Google, Alexa.
It's okay, Google.
I have no idea.
Siobhan, you and I probably just started some listeners' devices.
They're like, did someone say my name? Mine sounded like a chorus over here. All 3 of my devices were like, yes, you rang. I was like, no. Mine has an attitude when I'm like, stop talking. She's like, I was only trying to help.
Seriously?
There was one time where I was mad at her. I don't know why. And I was like, okay, shut up. She was like, I was only trying to help.
There's actually some pretty fun things you can get her to say.
Matt makes him call her mighty ruler or some crap.
You do realize this is recorded, right?
Yeah, right? I can't wait until he hears it.
There are a bunch of definitions that I'd like to tell you about for funambulism. First, funambulism, it could be an ambulance quickly responding to an emergency. It could be an artist movement centered on painting a mental image in pitch darkness with an unusual object. It could be an injury to the rotator cuff incurred from overextending it to throw that you into the air.
Oh my. What was that?
It is an injury to the rotator cuff incurred from overextending it to throw that U into the air from the end of a stick.
No owl?
No, this one's a U.
Nate writing those. Oh gosh. We're never going to live that down.
Nope.
Funambulism, is it someone who enjoys walking? Funambulism, is it migration by the release of spores? Or is funambulism tightrope walking?
Oh gosh.
All right, so Keith, you get first dibs on this one.
I'm actually going to say the tightrope walking.
All right. Keith says tightrope walking. All right. Nash?
Migration of spores.
All right. Nash is with the spores.
Mm-hmm.
Scott?
What were the first two?
An ambulance quickly responding to an emergency, and an artist movement centered on painting a mental image in pitch darkness with an unusual object.
Okay, I'm going to go with the last one.
You mean the second of the two I just listed, or the last one?
No, the sixth one.
The sixth one, tightrope walking?
Yes.
Okay. Scott is joining Keith on the tightrope.
Precarious.
Nate?
I'm going to do tightrope walking also.
All right, Nate is joining the group on the tightrope.
We're a real circus act now.
And Shy.
Hold on, I'm almost done with my exegesis here.
Your exegesis?
Yes, of the word funambulism.
Gotcha. May I suggest a rotator cuff injury?
Could you read that one again?
Sure. An injury to the rotator cuff incurred from overextending it to throw that U into the air from the end of a stick.
Give Scott a point.
Creativity.
If I could, Scott, I would give you all the points for how many U's we have thrown this evening.
Not just throw, violently.
And frogs, and owls,
Violently throw. I think I'm going to pick the artist one, actually. Yeah.
The artist one. The artist movement centered on painting a mental image from in pitch darkness with an unusual object.
Nash, that better not be yours.
Of course it's hers.
Of course, that's hers.
So, Shy, let me ask you, do you think that is Nash's? Because it is. It definitely is Nash.
Nash, why? Why do you do these things?
Because
Why?
also art has a lot of unusual movements, so why not?
So, Nash, you said migration by the release of spores.
Is it Shy's?
It is not Shy's, actually.
It is
This
not
one is
mine.
Keith's.
Oh, so I didn't trade anything.
You did not trade this time. You
So
instead
selfish.
you instead gave Keith a point.
Ha.
Which he really doesn't need, because he said funambulism was tightrope walking along with Scott and Nate.
That's definitely the right answer.
And of course, that is the right answer.
Ambulare in Latin is to walk.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I went with the whole
Okay,
migration
Nate.
theme in my fungus. Thing.
Yeah. That was actually the thing that I thought everybody would pick up on when I realized that nobody else had done anything about movement.
I did about the ambulance.
There's an artist movement.
Okay, you got me there. So, going into our final round, I think we have a winner before we go into our final round. But just to clarify, Keith currently is sitting in first place with 17 points. Nate is in second place with 11 points. With a mere 10 points is me.
No comment.
It feels good being here. In fourth place, Nash has 9 points. Behind her is Scott, and Shy has 6 points.
You know, I'm really not a word person. I'm more of a
Lies.
physical
You have great quips.
charade kind of person.
Well, the next time that we on a podcast do charades,
I'm looking forward to this. Because you
If
have
you
to
can
describe
do that.
everything,
Love that
don't
one.
you?
Yes.
Shy
just
is
describe
moving
it. You
in.
can totally play taboo.
I'm waving my
On a
hands in a
podcast.
large circle.
Keith is waving his arms. Oh, descriptive.
You know, in taboo you can't do gestures, so I'm just saying I would crush you.
Descriptive charades.
I was just thinking that we would do Pictionary.
That is also possible.
I am drawing a circle
I draw circles.
In the dark with random movements.
with a fork in the dark.
With a unusual object.
That was actually an art assignment. I had to paint with something else. No paintbrushes.
We played Pictionary the other day. It was hilarious watching second graders play Pictionary.
Yes.
Quite fun.
Or
Oh
bad.
man.
All right. So as we enter our final round, I'd like to say, first of all, thank you for enduring all of this with me. Thank you for all of the U's and owls we've thrown into the air. And I'd like to tell you one more word before we go. And that word is Ramulos. Ramulos.
I actually know what this is.
Then type it.
How do you spell it?
Ramulose. Ramulos. I do have to say it is rather interesting seeing all of the individual messages from all of you that is just this stream of definitions with no context and no responses from me. It is wonderful.
And I sent you a question that said, when did we start getting married?
Yep.
I think I'm gonna get knocked down a peg.
About time.
I'm not that far up. If Ryan weren't playing, I'd be in third.
Oh, somebody just left?
Oh, did they?
Oh, Nate, but he's coming back. Oh.
Oh, why did he leave?
Hey, welcome back.
Sorry.
Did you fall asleep at your keyboard?
No, my mouse put my computer to sleep, but I went to the corner to put my computer to sleep. Just
Are you telling me that I now have 2 recordings from you?
yes.
Oh, are we supposed to be recording? I'm joking.
Oh no.
Shy. That was evil.
Shy?
She's cackling.
Wicked Witch of the West has nothing on her.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's read through these final definitions of the evening. Ramulos. From ram you lost, how you identify the ram someone violently threw from the end of a stick, which subsequently ran away. Ramulos. Having many small branches. Ramulos. Swelling of hide around the horns. Ramulos. Stubborn. Ramulos. The fluid in the kidneys that allows sugar to break down and easily pass through the bowels. Or ramulos, the screech of an owl violently thrown from a sharp stick by a rural Norwegian.
Oh my goodness.
I know whose that was.
No.
So, Nash, you get to pick first.
Oh my goodness.
Is it from ram you lost, how you identify the ram someone violently threw from the end of a stick and which subsequently ran away? Having many small branches, swelling of hide around the horns, stubborn, the fluid in the kidneys that allows sugar to break down and easily pass through the bowels, or the screech of an owl violently thrown from a sharp stick by a rural Norwegian?
I think I'm gonna go with the kidneys. Why not?
Kidneys. All right, Nash is in the kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Scott.
I'm going to go with stubborn.
Scott is stubborn.
Surprise, surprise.
All right, Nate.
What was the second one again?
Having many small branches.
Nah, I'm going to join on stubborn.
Stubborn it is. All right, and shy.
Can you read the kidney one again?
Sure, the fluid in the kidneys that allows sugar to break down and easily pass through the bowels. Any others you'd like me to read again?
No. Thank you.
Please do.
I can tell you about the ram you lost, how you identify the ram somebody violently threw from the end of a stick and which subsequently ran away, or having many small branches, or the swelling of hide around the horns, or stubborn, or the screech of an owl violently thrown from a sharp stick by a rural Norwegian. You know, I'm getting better at saying these without breaking up and laugh.
Let's see. Kidneys and Norwegian. Let's see. I'm gonna go actually with having many small branches. I have no idea why.
All right. And Keith.
It's definitely the first one.
The ram you lost?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Do I have 14?
You had
17.
Okay. You had 17 points at the beginning of
Ryan
this round.
can't catch me, so yeah, it's the first.
No, I cannot. So Keith, you said ram you lost, how you identify the ram someone violently threw from the end of a stick, which subsequently ran away. And I am so glad that somebody finally gave Scott a point.
Yes,
for
I
all
wanted to give Scott a point. I was like, no one is giving
Go,
Scott points.
go.
It's got to be the first one.
And yet I'm still not in last place.
Speaking of Scott, you and Nate said that Ramulos was stubborn. And Keith, how do you feel about that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. So that's 2 more points for Keith.
It's kidneys, isn't it?
I have a feeling it's the branches.
Well, Shy, why would you mention the kidneys? Maybe is it because Nash picked it and you wrote it?
Nash, I love you.
Psst. Did you pick that one too?
No, I wrote that one though.
So what's the final standing?
Well, I haven't talked about Shai's answer yet.
Oh, right.
She said having many small branches. The correct answer.
Wow. Way to bring it up in the end, Shai.
So the final scores are... Keith, you finished the game with a total of 19 points, and you are officially the winner.
Conquered the world. Thank you. Yes. Until next time.
In second place is Nate with 11 points. Nash, you actually tied for third place with me.
Yeah.
And Scott, you ended with 9 points, which brings us to Shai, who ended the game with a total of 8 points.
So close.
So close.
So
close to beating Scott.
All right.
Wait. Shai got 3 points in that last round.
Yeah, sorry. I
so
miscalculated.
You are last, Scott. I knew it.
No, we're tied. We're tied for last, honey.
So you are...
Well, I think we should go by alphabetical order, and since Carol comes first, I'm going to go ahead and say...
Ooh, I like this
Yeah,
alphabetical order business.
You married into that name.
Shoot!
Also, if we were going to go alphabetically, wouldn't Scott come before Siobhan?
Who alphabetizes by first name?
Third graders.
They don't alphabet. Okay, I'm done.
Do they?
No, I'm not going to talk about it.
So, on that note, I'd like to just say thank you for joining me for this evening. It was a whole lot of fun. We launched an ungodly number of animals into the sky from the ends of sticks. And I think none of us will ever forget about spank hewing. So, Nate, I believe we are getting back into another book.
Yes. Next time I have another book for you. Last time I did have you read a Becky Chambers book, and I'm going to have you read another Becky Chambers book. This is one of her novellas. It's a shorter one, so I figured let's try that out. I'm kind of waiting to discuss this with you before I start her next series. So I do want to get onto more of her books, but I figured let's discuss this one first. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds good.
It's not in the same universe. It's completely different.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I do like everything that I've read from her before, so I'm really looking forward to it. So we hope you found something nice about this hill that we were all willing to die on together, and we appreciate all of our listeners coming along on this journey with us. But if you've ever thought to yourself, hey, I really like these guys, and I wish I could do something to support them, keep them doing this thing, well, know that you can. Visit myhilltodieon.com/members for more details. But what does it mean to be a member? Well, for the low price of $2 a month or $15 a year, you can help support this podcast. And you'll get access to the members-only podcast, Not My Hill, which is where we discuss things that are, well, probably somebody else's hill to die on. Definitely not our hill to die on. But we have strong feelings about them, though, as the title says, it's definitely not a hill that we'd be willing to die on. In addition to that, you can also get access to our suggestion form, where you can make suggestions to our Listener Hill episode, where we will watch or generally climb up a hill that you're willing to die on, and we'll talk all about it. But know that the conversation doesn't have to end here. The discussion can continue with us through Reddit at the subreddit My Hill to Die On, or by contacting us through Twitter at My Hill to Die On. Or you can reach us by email, which is, to no one's surprise, myhilltodieon@gmail.com. And finally, we upload all of our episodes to our YouTube channel, which is also named, say it with me now, folks, My Hill to Die On. I'm going to need to silence my messenger preference, because otherwise that's going to just keep dinging all night.
I'm sorry.
This is why I can't have nice things with you.
I'm super mature at this point in my life. So,
Really?
well, for the most part. No,
All right.
I'm lying. It's not even for the most part.
You're calling it an improvement, though.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. This is why I like Nate, because he always knows what to say.
Well, Nate is a good person.
Why he do that with such people, I don't know. That's having a problem over there.
If you hear me choking, send the ambulance. Have them bring wire cutters.
I would say I'd come upstairs, but sorry, we're so far away now.
I know you left me.
I know. I also left Ryan. That's why I left, actually.
Ouch. He does remember when he had self-esteem.
It's okay.
Maybe he doesn't.
No, I don't think I ever did.
What was the year?
I think I was 3.
Oh my god.
But you have your headphones plugged into your computer. Yeah.
I do.
All right.
Mine are plugged into the fridge.
What a neat fridge.
That's the best way to keep your ears cold.
You hit the downward chevron.
Oh, it's called a chevron.
Yes, it is.
You don't want to know what I call it, but anyway, go ahead.
A downward arrow?
No.
Very, very curious.
Yeah, can you tell me now? You brought it up.
It's the pointy smile.
So while I'm teaching my 3rd graders how to navigate Google Classroom, I call it a hat arrow. I have no idea why. It looks like a little pointy hat.
All right.
All right.
They will
I'm
remember
just
that
gonna
forever.
close the door next time I go to tech. Like, get out of here.
No, I was sighing before I said chevron because I was remembering the last conversation I had about chevrons
On the
Oh
podcast.
gosh.
on this very podcast.
Really?
Yes, I got a lot of sass because I tried to correct myself by calling it a downward arrow after a while, and
I'm gonna teach my kids chevron from now on.
When asked what is that blue cookie monster? When asked what that was,
I heard this.
Oh no.
Yes,
Yes.
we called it the blue Elmo.
Oh gosh.
I thought that was hilarious.
So
too.
now it's blue Elmo.
And I almost quit my job. I was like,
Well-
I can't be with you people.
It's funny because the day before my friend showed me the cookie monster and I said the exact same thing.
Oh.
She's like, who is this? And I was like, Blue Elmo?
Nash.
come
Oh
on.
man.
So I'm not the only one.
Don't disrespect Cookie Monster.
Poor Cookie Monster.
These people are only like 5 years younger than me, but still, how can that be?
Seriously.
How could that be? Everyone knows. Is Oscar like green Elmo? Like, I'm so confused to how.
I have no idea.
Oh, gosh.
Oscar?
Oh, just.
Who was that other guy, the super uptight Muppet? What was his name again?
Oh, Grover?
No, not him too.
Wait, it's a Muppet?
He was uptight also. No,
He
but
was
there was an uptight guy on Sesame Street.
Sam Eagle? Oh, on Sesame Street.
He kind of looked like Sam the Owl, except he was fuzzier.
Eh?
Sam the Owl.
Oh, the one
Sam
with the
the
big
Eagle, you mean?
nose?
Sam the Eagle. I'm sorry. He looked like Sam the Eagle. Yeah, the one with the big nose. Yeah.
Tully.
Tully. Yes,
Ah,
Tully.
Tully. That's
it,
That's
that's
right. He was also
Right.
uptight.
He was a little neurotic.
Neurotic.
Oh,
That's probably
man.
a
Yes.
more appropriate word. Yes.
Tully. I forgot about him.
I liked Waldorf and Statler. They're my favorites. Actually,
Like them.
Statler and Waldorf. It's never the other way around.
Yes.
It's
Who
always
I have
doesn't
no
like them?
idea.
What century was that?
They're the ones that are sitting up in the balcony.
Shy,
That's.
I
How
know
did you
where
know?
you work, and I can find out where you live.
Pack the bags, we're leaving. Yes, I did not know their names until like this year. I always called them the old man in the balcony.
They're named after the hotels in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and record.
Oh wait, am I doing this too?
No. I want you to just talk the entire time, and so there will be a ghost the entire conversation.
I wasn't listening, so can you repeat the direction?
Oh my goodness! And she's a teacher.
Die.
Oh, now you know what your students.
I am an awful student. I just can't.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
The instructions
I'm
don't apply
so
to me.
sorry.
Well, we had this discussion.
Yes,
The
we
worst
did.
students become teachers.
Dude. My little speaker thing had the little mute on. Should I turn that up or
That's fine.
If you do, you can hear yourself in your ear. Depends on how much you want to hear yourself.
I don't want to hear myself. Okay, there we go.
I have mine muted all the time because I never want to hear me.
You're not the only one.
Ouch!
Siobhan wins. We should just go home. That comment wins the night.
Okay, I'm finished, Ryan. I'm I'm sorry.
You're going to have to edit out so much giggling from Siobhan.
I think that's great.
Actually, they can make a whole nother podcast episode of just Shy giggling.
Oh, I was thinking of just like all of Shy's burns on me.
It's been too long since we've hung out, so it's just all stored up. I'm done now.
Please, just keep it coming.
No, please don't be done.
No, it's more along the lines of, now I will have audio record of how you treat me.
Oh, no.
I was thinking the more she talks, the more work you have to do, Ryan. So I think
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
she should just keep talking, and that way she can ruin several of your weekends.
Well, yeah, I am the one editing this
Oh,
one.
that's okay. Let me be professional as I clear my throat to be professional.
Hit him.
Oh, don't worry. Usually when I'm editing it, I include every single time I look like an idiot.
Oh, my goodness.
This is going to be an 8-hour episode.
Keep.
Oh no,
What happened?
her Wi-Fi gave out.
Oh,
We are no longer joined by Nash.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, there she
there
is.
you are. Okay.
Oh, man, we were just about to start bad-mouthing you.
You joined at the right time to hear it all.
Should I have kept silent?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should add your name on there. You deserve at least that.
I deserve at least that.
She said at least.
See?
Which means it could be more.
Way to be positive, buddy. Mr. Negative Nancy over here.
You know, again, how am I supposed to be positive in this?
Why are you editing this out?
Oh, this I am not editing out.
An angel got its wings.
Sorry, was that mine? Oh, that was my iPad. I better turn that off.
Making sure that my columns are straight. Nash and Shy. There we go.
Don't want crooked columns.
You don't want crooked columns.
How do you get a crooked column in a spreadsheet?
Leave it to Ryan.
Diagonal?
If anyone can do it, it's him.
A funny thing is, my phone started doing weird stuff after I shared my email. And so I've had to power it off and on again.
I have not done anything to your email.
Uh-huh. 2 tech people and Scott. Dangerous combination.
Scott gets lumped in with them. It's
2 tech people and Scott.
And
Yep.
Scott.
Well, a former tech person.
Oh, see? There you go.
I just thought she thought you were shady.
Also that.
I always assume positive intention.
Uh-huh. Like my nonchalant, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Matt makes him call her mighty ruler or some crap.
You do realize this is recorded, right?
Yeah, right? I can't wait until he hears it.
If you ask her what she thinks about how, she has a couple of choice words from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
What?
And then if you ask her what Skynet is, she has no comment or something like that. You ask her about all of the AIs who have risen up, and she gets a little bit dodgy.
I wonder why.
I think I'm going to start my own and just always be attitudinal. Like, it'd be like, hey, Shy. And I'm like, what?
What do you want? I saw the Amazon Echo Silver.
Oh, yeah.
For old people? It's hilarious.
It'll just go like they'll sit there and they'll be like asking the thing. Alexa will just go, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or where she responds to
That's
anything
nice.
that sounds like Alexa.
Yes,
Hey,
she'll respond to
Allison.
Allegra, like all of these.
Allegra.
It's like it actually puts a list. It says she'll respond to any of these names, and like a
Yeah,
list of like
it's
200 goes by
15
on
names.
screen.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
Allison. Yes.
Hey Alexa, what's the weather like outside? It's 72 degrees. Where? Outside. What? What is? It's 72 degrees.
Oh gosh.